おはようございます。Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kobayashi Toshiyuki. On behalf of the new laboratory, the Laboratory of Mathematics and its Introductions, 日仏数学連携拠点, and also on behalf of the Graduate School of Mathematical Sciences, I'd like to welcome all of you. Thank you for coming for the opening conference of this new laboratory. I'm honored to introduce opening address by the President of the University of Tokyo, Professor Fujii. 藤井総長、お願いします。
Well, distinguished guests from French Embassy in Japan and also CNRS, France, and Professor Michael Befstenel, and so he's a French director of this new lab, and Professor Toshiyuki Kobayashi, the Japanese co-director of this new lab. And everyone, good morning. And I'm Teruo Fujii, the president of the University of Tokyo. And on behalf of our university, I extend my warmest greetings and congratulations upon this launch, inauguration of the French-Japanese Laboratory of Mathematics and its Interactions, FJ-LMI, if I'm correct. So FJ-LMI has been established jointly by CNRS France and U Tokyo with a strong support from the CNRS Mathematics and under the determined leadership of Professor Jean-Stéphane Dhersin. Okay, thank you so much. And so this new mathematical laboratory marks, in fact, the 5th IRL of CNRS hosted by our university. And the first IRL, at that time it was, at my time it was, which is called UMI, CNRS, was the laboratory for integrated micromechatronic systems, which is called LIMS. And it was, so that was also the first one in Asia, and just located in the neighboring, campus, Komoba 2 campus. And it was founded in 1995, and in fact, I used to serve as the co-director of this LIMS for 7 years, from 2007 to 2014. And during that time, in fact, the key of this, collaboration in between CNRS and the University of Tokyo was the interdisciplinarity. And so that is very important for that research topic. So the integrated micromechatronics means which is generally called like a MEMS, microelectromechanical systems, and also microTAS, micro total analysis systems. But all these areas have been involving so many other fields, like biology, chemistry, and also physics or energy sciences and so on. So since its launch, so this laboratory has hosted more than 300 researchers from France in this area of MEMS and microTAS, but also it extended over to nanotechnology, energy devices, and so on. So that was a really nice experience, of myself too. So to proliferate from the area of microtechnology over to this interdisciplinary domain of research field. So for such kind of purpose, we also launched, together with CNRS, which is in 2021, with the leadership of President Antoine Petit, we've signed letter of intent to create CNRS U Tokyo International Research Center. So that we could, so before it was like an institute and two institute level collaboration. But we have already like 3-4 international research lab already until last year. Then, so we decided to make this collaboration kind of at the higher level of like CNRS and university as a whole. So like this way, we could accommodate this fifth lab, and which is very nice. But also at the same time, we could further promote the interaction of this mathematics area over to other areas in the university, throughout the university. Because, you know, we have 10 schools and 10 faculties and 15 graduate schools, so that we could expect the kind of some more, interaction of this mathematical sciences over to these other areas of, cutting-edge research domain existing in our university. So this establishment of this new laboratory in mathematics is the outgrowth of this long-term collaboration between France and Japan. And only for this CNRS U Tokyo collaboration, it's been already more than 30 years. And this laboratory aims to consolidate joint activities between U Tokyo and CNRS and U Tokyo, and fostering robust research networks and scientific meetings, and also increasing number of joint publications based on the extremely strong scientific communities on both sides. And it is, in fact, the first CNRS laboratory in mathematics in Japan. And I hope, so key objectives of such a laboratory include hosting long-term visitors from France into Tokyo, and developing joint PhD and postdoc programs, and organizing thematic schools to train new generations of researchers, and facilitating seminars, workshops, and conferences to strengthen the ties between our scientific communities. And to my experience, so the most important thing is to establish a face-to-face relationship in between. And so that is something that we need to cultivate in the long run. And I'm confident that this project will swiftly evolve into a key partnership and a central hub for bilateral cooperation between our institutions. And I extend my best wishes to its initiators, Professor Pefzenel, if I'm correct, and Toshiyuki Kobayashi, and for your, further success in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President, for nice and strong words. Now, I'd like to introduce the key persons of the creations of the new laboratory, Jean-Stéphane Dhersin from CNRS. So please.
Thank you. Dear President of the University of Tokyo, dear representatives of the University of Tokyo, dear representative of CNRS, Jacques Malval from the office in Tokyo, dear representatives of the embassy, the representatives of the different international research laboratories CNRS has in Tokyo, of course, dear Professor Michael Pevzner, dear Professor Toshiyuki Kobayashi, dear all. CNRS stands for Centre National de la Recherche Scientifique, which means National Center for Scientific Research. This is the main French national research organization. We have 33,000 people, and among them 11,000 researchers. Japan, and particularly the University of Tokyo, is an important partner of France in mathematics. As it has been said, CNRS and the University of Tokyo have signed many agreements since 1994, and the last one, the International Research Center in 2021, is the highest agreement signed by CNRS with foreign institutions. In mathematics, collaborations in algebraic and arithmetic geometry, representation theory, differential geometry, mathematical physics, analysis of partial differential equations, and interactions with biology and life sciences have already led to numerous publications in top-ranked international journals, conferences, and workshops held in both countries. To continue these fruitful collaborations and take them to the next level, CNRS and the University of Tokyo have decided to launch this French-Japanese laboratory in mathematics and its interactions. To understand what is an international research laboratory, I should perhaps spend some time to explain what are the laboratories in France. In France, you don't have CNRS laboratories, you don't have laboratories belonging to university, you have laboratories which belongs to CNRS and the university. Inside these laboratories, you have people from CNRS and people from the university. And in mathematics, it is one CNRS for 8 academics paid by the university. So the main part of these laboratories belong to the university, and there is a small part from CNRS. And in 2000, we have decided to do the same thing abroad. The first one was in Santiago, in Chile, and now in mathematics, we have 12 of them. So the thing you have to understand is that this new laboratory is not a CNRS laboratory, it is a joint laboratory between CNRS and University of Tokyo. And how does it work? In France, in our French laboratory, we want to have exchanges between the researchers. So CNRS can send people from one laboratory to one other laboratory to discuss with these researchers. And because most of the researchers are academic, they have to teach, and CNRS pay back the teaching duties to allow these people to have short periods, 6 months, 12 months in a new laboratory. And we want to do the same thing here. So you have mentioned the goals of this laboratory. The first one is hosting French researchers and academics. We are able at CNRS to send people for short periods, 6 months, 12 months. But to find these people, we need you, the Japanese researchers, to find the good researcher in France to attract to your country, to the University of Tokyo. One good reason for the French researcher to come is thematic semesters or workshops, and this is a good thing to organize this kind of thing to attract French researchers. And the last thing you have mentioned is the importance of the young researchers. There are some programs, for example, there is an existing program between CNRS and GSPS to attract postdoc here in Tokyo, but we can also think about co-supervised French-Japanese thesis. It's also important not to forget the significant assistance that can be provided by the scientific services of the French embassy. There are some programs, and you can use them to attract French researchers here in Tokyo. I won't spend any more time on this, the ball is now in your court. To make this laboratory work, researchers must be attracting their French collaborators, and we count on you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Dhersin. Now, I'd like to introduce Professor Didier Marty-Dessus from French Embassy in Japan.
Dear Mr. President Fujii, dear Mr. Dhersin, dear Professors Kobayashi and Bevner, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Didier Marty-Dessus, and I'm the as a Counselor for Science and Technology at the French Embassy. It's always a pleasure to witness the realization of yet another significant French-Japanese scientific collaboration project. With great pleasure, and in what maybe French would describe as springly mood, I welcome you all to the inaugural conference of the French-Japanese Laboratory of Mathematics and its interactions. The creation of the French-Japan Lab in Mathematics is a remarkable achievement in the collaborative journey that unites the CNRS and the Japanese institutions, a journey that has actually flourished into an impressive network. Indeed, as you may know, CNRS has established no fewer than 11 international research labs in Japan, soon to be 12. It represents nearly 50 international research projects and networks and over 2,000 publications, scientific publications each year. And you, dear friends of the University of Tokyo, remain its top partner. Thank you for your deep involvement in that cooperation. Within this network, this new structure stands out as the very first CNRS lab in Japan that is exclusively devoted to mathematics, a field that has historically catalyzed vibrant exchanges between our two nations. And this was noted and very appreciated yesterday by His Excellency Philippe Seton as he met Jean-Pierre Bourguignon at the French Embassy. And Jean-Pierre took the opportunity to draw the picture of this outstanding and actually very all bilateral cooperation in mathematics between our countries. It's also worth noting that the frame which is proposed with this new lab will allow researchers from French institutions to stay in Japan and to work alongside their Japanese counterparts for extended periods, spanning from months to years. I'm delighted to envision the development of longer and deeper cooperative projects in this framework, as well as the creation of joint PhD programs, for instance, and postdoctoral opportunities. The Embassy of France to Japan thus wishes to reaffirm its commitment to supporting joint activities in every possible way, whether through our mobility programs just mentioned, the leveraging of our networks also, or even the hosting of events. Please be sure that we are fully committed to facilitating your work of cooperation and collaboration. On the broader scale, the French government is very attentive to the evolution of the French-Japanese scientific cooperation, of which we celebrate this year in 2024 the 50th anniversary of the first agreement that was signed in July 1974. This year will also be the occasion of a new Japan-France Joint Committee meeting on cooperation in science and technology, along with Japanese, of course, authorities, which will be held in the second part of this year, 2024. And last, as a token of the French interest, our Minister of Higher Education and Research, that you may know very well, Mr. President, she will be back in Japan next October for the STS Forum in Kyoto. So to conclude, I would like to extend my congratulations first to the two directors, co-directors in the project for deep involvement in the project. Thank you for that. Then to all who participated in bringing this lab to fruition. I would also like to share my appreciation to those who have come all the way to Japan to share their mathematical wisdom, naming Claire Voisin, Jean-Pierre Bourguignon, and Étienne Guise. Thank you very much to all, and I wish you a very fruitful discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'd like to thank again for nice words, Professors Fujii, Dhersin, and Marty-Dessus. So now we finish the opening.